മലയാളത്തിൽ ആദ്യമായി ഡിജിറ്റൽ സംവിധാനം വഴി പ്രദർശനം പരീക്ഷിച്ച സിനിമ വി.കെ. പ്രകാശ് സംവിധാനം നിർവഹിച്ച മൂന്നാമതൊരാൾ ആയിരുന്നു. മലയാള ചലച്ചിത്രവേദി ഒട്ടൊക്കെ സംശയത്തോടെ നിരീക്ഷിച്ച ഈ പരീക്ഷണം പിന്നീട് മലയാള ചലച്ചിത്ര വ്യവസായത്തിന്റെ തന്നെ അത്താണിയായി തീർന്നു.
When you come to India, India produces more than 1,000 movies in a year. The biggest bottleneck for a digital release is time. From the time the source content, that is from the time we receive this or this, the time available to release the movie is hardly 2-3 days. The best case scenario or the average case scenarios, we receive the files on Monday or Tuesday, sometimes even up to Thursday, and we have to release on Friday. So which means the capacity that you need to have is huge for a mastering service to be provided such that the movie can release across so many screens in India on Friday. So while we keep trying to tell production to give it to us at least 1 week or 2 weeks earlier, given Indian conditions, sometimes the content source is always delayed. So at that time, what becomes more important is how big your infrastructure is. How many movies simultaneously can you handle? Cube, for example, on an average, we handle about 25 movies a week. When I say 25 movies a week, these need not be, each one cannot be a unique movie. Sometimes it is one movie, let's say there might be a Hindi movie with 3-4 dubs. All of that put together, on an average, we are handling 25 movies. And at peak, we can handle up to 35 movies a week, given this last minute crunch situation. That is the level of capacity that we have. So obviously, given the number of movies that we do, we have the largest system, and it is our own technology. So it's a fairly expensive technology to have. So not many people can have so many nodes, mastering nodes. So we have nearly about 22 nodes available between Chennai, Bombay, and Hyderabad. All our offices are interconnected through very high bandwidth lines. So if they finish a Hindi movie in Bombay, they will immediately transmit it to Chennai, to Hyderabad, to Delhi, and to LA. So similarly for other language, if we do a Tamil here, so the work load sharing also becomes very, very easy across various facilities. This is just the mastering process that is getting over. After the mastering process is over, we have to run a QC show. This is just the system, the computer finishing its work. After the computer finishes its work, we have to actually run it on the screen, check everything is all right. Is there any mistake that has happened? Anything can happen, right? I mean, you can have a file that is corrupted, you can have an audio that is out of sync, so that, which means you again go back to doing all of that work. So we have to finish that process. After we finish our internal QC, we ask a production representative to come and see the QC, both from the perspective of quality as well as from the perspective to ensure that all censor cuts that have been ordered have been executed. So once it is mastered, this Cube Central actually is where the file licenses and all the details of every theatre, every server number, and every movie whose master license will be loaded onto this system, Cube Central. Now, the movie itself, if it has been finished well in advance, we send it through satellite and downloads into the machine here. This is our, we can actually do it from here and from Bombay. From both places we can do. It will go to our service provider's uplink facility, and from there it goes directly to the system there. That is just the movie content moving. That is, it is still encrypted. You cannot do anything with it, right? Or I can send it through a physical medium like a USB. If it is delayed, we immediately make sure that somebody carries the drive to the theatre, and that will go and get again ingested. The term we use is called ingest. It simply means I am copying the file onto the local hard drive. So everywhere it is always stored in the system. It is not broadcasting. It's always stored in the system. And likewise, any other data link, that is your internet or any other link, depending on speeds available, you can transfer it from the central place to the system. Now after this comes licensing. From the central system we issue, based on the master KD, it's called the key delivery message, KDM, or the license. It's a very small file. Based on that master KDM, we issue all the sub KDMs for every single theatre, for that specific server, for that specific movie, for that specific period of time. So then that license also can be sent on the network. Invariably it is sent on the network and then goes and sits in the system. I can, for example, if a movie is releasing next week and the movie is, I've already finished mastering the movie, I can send the movie today, I can send the license today, but it will play only from Friday. Next Friday, this Friday. You can't do anything with it till then. Okay, so that's the entire system, the way it is structured. So and all of it is controlled from here. So on every day over the network, I know how many shows were played. I'm not monitoring it, I don't actively monitor it, but we get information back every day on how many shows have played, what if there are different movies, every movie I'll know how many shows it is.